over the last couple of weeks, we've had pretty intense energetic wave where it may seem like we are questioning ourselves, like what we know to be true is not true. And that's because our awarenesses within spirit self are shifting. We're waking up to more abilities, we're waking up to more awarenesses, and where we are navigating in our reality is in alignment with what is happening in our spirit self. So for me, that showed up. Okay, if you're new to me, I lost my daughter Sacha at the age of 18 2 years ago. And it just, these last energies over the last 2 weeks have brought me right back to that moment of when she was in India. So that is my experience of what I'm shifting through to be able to make space for what's coming in. The way we navigate in our humanness is very linked when we go through the fear of releasing, where our environment is shifting, our reality is shifting, and we don't know what we've got to utilize. We don't know what we've got to use with it. And we forget our basic, if you like, basic training with connection to spirit, connection to our team. I talk about that a lot, where we call in our team, we call in our breath, we call in our body, we call in our human self. And in that, our inner child pops up, our awareness with self pops up, our ego story, conscience, your ability within trusting yourself with these changes. And all the while, you're getting downloads, you're getting or uploads to new awarenesses and abilities and seeing things slightly different, but they can only land within you when you find these places of presence within yourself that the trauma or the drama of your story is keeping you from being present. Alaka tēnei here ki tarana hakai tarara kai la 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 hakai. Hei la la hakai. Bringing through the light language, Seraphina, who I've been adjusting, trying to adjust in my head, in my ego, and my mother self of the loss of Sacha. Sacha became no longer, when she left her bodysuit, the vessel that was holding the spirit of Seraphina. And Seraphina is very much like Sacha, very lively and bright and bubbly and full of joy and wants to have fun, loving and supportive and calm, and just knows the right thing to do, which Sacha always knew the right thing to do and the right thing to say, and was there with you 100%. So Seraphina has been trying to get me to speak to her as Seraphina and not in the loss of Mum Vicky talking to Sacha. And so Seraphina's just come through. And if you want to stay with me, we'll bring you through. It's a very loving light code from her to you. Alaka tēnei he kia. Yes. Okay, so here we go. So the way Sacha and I work a lot, Seraphina and I work a lot, is in the chamber of light, the crystalline chamber, and it's a massive crystalline chamber, and I see it changes between clear quartz or rose quartz. So for you, I ask you to bring in whatever crystal is your homely space that you can walk into this chamber and be within this space. And so for me, these chambers, it looks like a massive cage space of crystalline formation of whatever crystal it is for you. But inside it, there's like a therapy table, and you are walking in and you can sit on the table. Metatron's coming through, and Seraphina is there, and my goddess self is there. And your spirit form is there. In your body vessel, and all of your stories and all of your creations and all of your being is there. So you're feeling the breath in your body, you're feeling your body be quite tight and contorted with the trauma or the drama or whatever the issue is that you're working through in this, say, a 2-week period to now. Is all speaking, it's all loud. Alakadene tana hakai, tana hakai lala hakai. That's your team, my team, your spirit self. Alakadene is just protecting and like giving a smaller space for you to be safer in this cave space. White light, you start to relax down onto the table. Metatron's coming through and he's going to do centrifugal chamber of light, which is spinning your grids. And it may feel a bit funny, like a spinning plate that's running down your body, but because you're prone on the table, it's coming along the table from your head to your feet. Slowly, it's sitting. For me, it's sitting just above the crown. No, I'm still this shell of protection. I'm not ready to go to this stage yet. That's okay. They'll wait for you. They'll wait for me. And if you're ready, if you're one to jump in 101%, which normally I'm like, I jump in and deal with it. But this time I just want to I don't want to move forward. I don't want to accept the changes that are happening between Sacha and Seraphina and see, just as mum Vicky, I don't want to go there. So you could be blocking parts with your story, or you could be rushing through it and not accepting the changes. So we want to voice to you all of the ways that it can happen. So if you are a fast mover and then you have to go back and repeat it quite a few times, that's fine too. It's just the way you are. So Metatron's going to come through and he'll come through fast with the stage of the cutting of your biospheres and separating out and spinning your grids, spinning your DNA, spinning your cellular memory of your light, of your creative essence, which is, they're saying it to be different because your spirit self and your creative essence is different. Our spiritual self, if we explain it with Sacha, she's body of Sacha that had this life as Sacha, but her spirit self, Seraphina, is a spirit self, one light, but she has access to all these other, which is her creative essence. So they're cleaning up, Metatron's good work is cleaning up these other aspects that you have to all these other pieces of yourself, intricate in your DNA strands and your blueprint that you may have heard spiritual people talk about, in your physical form, in your creative human vessel. Because certain pieces of us, personalities of our human self, is also the same as personalities of our spiritual team. That one being will come through more than another on certain personalities of our human self, which um, integrate through our chakras, through the energies within our physical muscles, through our physical organs, which relate to the chakras with Metatron, the pillar of light that runs up through your chakra systems, through your sacral and your root, through your spinal column and up through the crown. And if you're like me, that's blocking, it's like at this point now Metatron can get through. But if you're fast, this is where you get a little bit deeper in awareness with your chakras. You've been brought back into a different one because you're following with all the different tangents that me, Vicky, is expressing what my team are bringing through. And my team are bringing through so many different tangents because in my Vicky self, my personality self, I haven't wanted to be out there with social media. I haven't wanted to be sharing myself with others because February is when Sacha passed. So when I come into doing these transmissions and these YouTubes here with you, that my whole team just flood me with information to come through. And even if you pick up a little tidbit of it, you can message below and just say, can you explain this more? Can you share on this topic? And that will, one, help me be more boundaried to a space. But at the moment, we want to love all of you. We want to bring in your human self and all your personalities of your human self and your spirit self to sit to talk to you so that you can recognize how to come into presence, because it's so hard to come into presence when we go through these energetic shifts and we're releasing. It's just the treadmill starts, the noise starts, the lack and the scarcity and the the lack of confidence in yourself all just starts to happen because we're shifting, and in a child and our the sense of self, these places are moving. But meanwhile, spirit self is strong and sure and knows who you are and all of your pieces, and they're always there. My spirit self is Nahika. She's always there, but so over the last few days, it was mostly, I'm just going to chat for a bit because at the moment you're already safe on the table, and Seraphina and your spirit self and Metatron are doing what you need to do. You don't need me in there doing the activation anymore. So you're all lovely and prepared, and you're just going to listen to a story. So when I go through the stages prior, the awareness of, like I did a big activation, and then after an activation, whether you receive it from a spiritual worker or an energy worker, or you download them yourself, you will begin to know, if you don't know already, that there's a meltdown period, after which I spoke about briefly before. And that meltdown period happened yesterday. And in those stages, I go so dark in my story. And the only people, I say people, but the only energies that can get near me is Seraphina and Nahika. I don't have access to any other team, but I know that they're there. That is that sense of awareness where even though you can't take care of yourself, your team do. My team want to share with your team and how we work in our spiritual mentorship is that we don't tell you. A lot of my clients, when they first start to work with me, they want to know what's going to happen. They want to know what to do. That's not how my spiritual mentorship works. It works with bringing you back into your body and helping you feel safe within you, so that when you come up with these questions, we dive into them with you, but we teach you how to navigate exactly what I just went through with this energetic shift of trauma or whatever. There's this other shift in you that's come up to be of service that you didn't know you had, but now you do. I guess my team is saying to bring it to a close, but not go too dark on it. Let you know that it's okay to go dark. And by talking about it, you can access those parts of your body that's holding the darkness in the memory of the tissues in your body vessel. That when you are present with yourself, like you are on the table and Metatron's running his grid through you, you can meet them with a distance, so you're not in it. And after the energetic change, and then we go down, and then we come out of it, and we're dealing with the awareness of that shift that's finally feeling like you can breathe a little bit more. That's when you recognize that perspective of it's okay to go dark, because this is what I found. And you can have your more expanded team starts to come through and show you all the different perspectives to what you just went through. And if we navigate through with flow and perspective of a slight distance, where you are through the body and through the healing of the body, but then seeing yourself as your, like my Vicky self, talking to my spirit Nahika self and my team, that spreads you out to be the flower of life. Spiritual forces create energy. My team of healers is just doing the paradigm. So your polarity coming front, left and right, down the center of you, front and back. The counter levering of your feet and your head and the side to side. All the different paradigms of you, that how you stay upright as humanity against gravity in this earthly dimension, and flowing through your chakras and flowing through your body vessel and your paradigms and your vortexes. As I'm getting mine done, I'm losing my ability to speak. Fields of light. So we've given you quite a bit of information, and it's done in a way where you are transient on the table, and Metatron and your team and your guides, so that so much, it's almost like we've given you too much information. You couldn't focus on anything. Therefore, your ego couldn't hold on to anything. There was so much coming through. You just had to just, oh my God, I've got to just step out of the way and let spirit do its thing. So if you're like me and have just transitioned through a major upgrade or download or however you want to say it, and then you've gone through that release of dark nights of the soul, and then you've come out the other side, I'm with you. And you are not alone, and you are loved, and your spirit self is right here, right now, ready to answer any questions for you while you stay in this space, while you stay in this activated. You'll start to feel your bodysuit activating with light codes, with your legs, your feet, as it's slowly coming back into this reality of earthly dimension. Subscribe below, and thank you for being with me. I'm gonna bye.